morning, everybody. The sun is just about to rise over the peaks behind me. The creek is flowing. It's about 40 degrees out. Perfect weather for camping. The coyotes were just howling a minute ago. Birds are starting to stir. And we're looking forward to getting on the trail today and checking out some pictographs and enjoying the silence and beauty of nature. Alright, so we are headed across this canyon here to go try to check out some pictographs. The next morning, our buddy Brian joined us for an adventure to look for some pictographs hidden somewhere amidst the rocks in the distance. It will require a little bit of exploration and route finding along the way.
Look at that seat.
Oh yeah. That was quite a climb. Check out this view across the valley. Wow. What a shelter. What an amazing place to hang out. Probably lots of arrowhead chippings and other things in here. A lot of rat fecal matter. What a cool cave.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. The pictographs here seem to span the ages. The horse and riders pictographs drawn in white chalk date back no earlier than the arrival of the white explorers in the 1800s, but the large anthropomorphic figures could easily date back well over hundreds of years. There are several time periods represented by the varying degrees of fading of these pictographs, and it is probable that this spot has been used since time immemorial by the native peoples of this area. Just what the pictographs represent is difficult to know, but later in the day I began to develop a theory as to their power and significance. Keep watching until the end to let me know what you think.
Huh.
There's a spiral above this really
Above this,
faded
yeah.
one,
Mm-hmm.
just like spiral above this in the sun. Oh. Mountain range, perhaps. Horse and rider.
There's soot on the rocks up here.
Yeah, fires.
Fires down here. Oh, and there too.
Oh yeah, wow.
What's this one? Interesting. Check out this view. These wildflowers, lupin, sunflowers or daisies, buttercups. And way down there is the creek. And right here there's an oak tree and a pinyon pines. They had lots of things to eat and grind. And you can actually see evidence of the grinding on this rock here. It's hard to tell, but there's a lot of small, smoothed out morteros. The red pictographs would have been made using some combination of pigment from minerals combined with animal fat or other binding agent. The fact that they have survived so long is attributable to the protection that the rock shelter affords and their remote location. But what do they mean? What is the story here? Is the shaman standing in this same spot at the crest of the mountains, absorbing the powerful rays of the sun? And what can we make of the basket-like depiction? Could it be cosmic in nature? Clearly, a story is being told here, one that transcends our knowledge, guarded only by the artist himself and perhaps a few close friends to whom these images were relayed. All right, we made it to the pictographs. Spent some time up there enjoying them, and now we're gonna head back down this precarious hill toward the creek and have a picnic down there and enjoy some cool water on this beautiful April day. All right, good morning. So we had an amazing night last night, an amazing day. We woke to the sound of coyotes. We hiked up behind me there to an ancient petroglyph. And then last night before going to bed, I checked the aurora borealis forecast, and it was said to be at an 8.33 kp, which is a really high geomagnetic storm. And so this was around 9 p.m. So I decided to stay up, and I was keeping my eyes on the sky. The moon was a bit bright, and all of a sudden I noticed, looking toward the north, that there was some lights. I checked the maps and saw there were no cities in that direction. And then about a couple minutes later, the lights got brighter, and all of a sudden the entire sky was pink. Huge bands of white rays streaming down, and we knew we had seen the aurora. And it's fantastic, super fascinating. We are at a super low altitude right now in Southern California, and really very seldom seen sight. So we went to bed giddy and just excited, and when we woke up this morning, it was almost hard to believe that it had actually happened. So just another really cool thing to add to this trip. Huge memory, and whew, wow.
The man of the mountain here stands straight and tall on a sheer rock wall under pinyon pine. Arms spread wide to hold the world, splays his digits. His head might be on fire. The man of the mountain here, still blood red, stands haloed beside his pale pink twin. Pink the color of old. This freaked me out when I saw your pink picture then. Pink the color of old. Pink sunsets, pink granite, pink moon. Below, white men ride horseback, limp and forlorn, but the man of the mountain here has no pity. His spine is stone. His sky blackened by generations of fire, rock altar where he mixed his paints, all strewn with mouse turds now. No one comes here now, but those who do adopt his pose, stand up straight, arms spread wide, embrace the whole world.
Wow.
Displeased with my effigy, the god of wind rebelled. I had just finished his likeness, he who has visited early that day upon the grassy mountain slope. The power he had then on me was profound, yet he called. Amidst the exposed plain, stiffened chest, fear I pushed ahead toward him, the god of wind, somewhere above on the giant rock. Suppressing my fear, we neared his abode. We gave no warning other than footfall and yelps. Yet he sensed our presence, prepared for our arrival. Through the bushes of oak and pine, we rounded the turn. And there, above, was the god of wind. We climbed into his sacred cave, and only admiration was our offering. We marveled and rejoiced at his beauty and our feat of humanly strength, walking. He said nothing, no words of greeting or of acknowledgement. Keeping silent, we did not realize he was even there. But he was watching our every word, every move. We did not touch, we should not touch. And after we stayed this way for some time, we said our departing words to the god of wind, and still we did not know he was there in his absolute silence and stillness, watching us from within that red painted rock. And on down we clambered, on away from his holy sight, not knowing what it was we had seen. Sometime later, back at camp, this time he came to us for a visit in the form of the wind. I had thought to recreate him, his wild hair, his outstretched arms to catch the wind, his body bathed in red, and recreate him I did, his likeness, causing him to emerge. And emerge he did with biting vengeance and terrible wind. He came and ripped our shelter and gusted and tore until our shelter was no more. The god of wind, oh god of wind, you magnificent, ever-present presence of all time and all place, now I know what you are. So we are all packed up. That brings us to the end of our episode. I hope you enjoyed watching. We are going to head back down the canyon, get into a little bit more trouble, and then head home. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.